Riker Kionkin Tang, Hogayin, Abtak, Boge Kion, Nahi, Cardo ni Pucha, Yunka, Abi Unka, Akri Work, Baki Hai, Usin Kaha, or Wo Bilkal, Thiktha. Achenok ek Durakti Lahar, Space Main, Failgi, Jera, Sonar, Haisa, Lekenzinda, Fear. Sarithi Ship, Fat Gayi, Uzgander Se, Kuchniklaboet Bada. Nazak Tor Par Koi, Ship Nahi, Thi. Wo, Kuch Zinda Sichis Thi. Metallic Hoth Pair Kulgay. Bladesni Suraj Ki Roshni Main, Chamak Mari. Uska Markas Violet Rang, Sayal Raha Fa, Dil Ki, Terra Dadakta Hua, Bioconstruct, Cardoni Halkiawaz Main Kaha. Ya Sarithi Teknahihai, Ya Hybrid Hai. Riker Screen Ka, Paz Gaia, Blagdahai, Ya, Kisi Durind, Ko Lahe, Hain. Cardoni. Pucha, Abakaya Korin, Snanglian Churkaye, Abitakun, Tapak Rahatha. Palik Tuk Nahi Jopki, Ise Marte Hain. Or Unhain Dekate, Hain Ka Asal, Dorinda, Kanhai, Jung Katam Nahihui Thi. Asli Ladai, Abshuru, Honwali Thi. Vindicator Absurf, Ek Ship, Nahi Rahi, Wo Zinda Thi, or Wo Gus Main Thi. Wo, Makluk. Space Main Te Karta, Huwa Igazinda, Kuz Nightmare Lag, Rahatha, Udagasht, or Pora Nafrat, Riker Nizara Bidair, Nahi Dikaya, Ashath Piche Band, Kar Ka, Usa, Dek Rahatha. Screen Par, Sarithi Ka, Constructa Jib Terra, Seguma, Isa Koth Pair, Isamor Kahar, Mekaniki, Kanun Tut, Gaia, Wo Boet Tezhil Raha Tha Opni Size, Se Kahinzi Yada, Uska Jism, Kontadar, Azza, Se Baratha, or Armor Main, Zindabiogel, Chamak, Rahatha. Usk Sin Kayander, Ek Gumti Energy Core, Yal Rahi Thialian, Hadion Main, Lipta Dusra, Suaraj Highs. Bridge Main, Kamoshi Thi, Surf Hall Plates, Kikarha, Hatsunai, Darahi Thi. Cardo ni Demia was Main Kaha, Ya, Teknahi. Ya, Toyu Gaia. Gaia Hai Riker, Niaski Taraf Dika, Binahi, Amoit Ka, Pagamhai, Genetic Engineering, Cybernetic Enhancements, AI or Nefret, Se Pita Kia Gaia, Banaya Gaia, Tha Ekhaiwaja Se, Humans Keomarn Kalai, Usen Puchanahi, Riker Bola, Unhain Toden Kalai, Dawa, Wodarinda, Abi Vindicator, K Sothmu Kamel, Torpar Judah, Dushman Ko, Ek Book Machine, Ki Teradek Rahatha, Yuski Awaskarakati, Hui, Demi, or Bagardi, C. Intercom's main Gunji. Threat Designation, Class 10 Biomechanoid Fusion, Survival Probability, 11.6%. Riker, Muscaria. Coffee Better Odds, Hain. Niche Lower Decks, Main, Gunner Briggs Niap Naharness, Bond Leah, Skionkine Lal, Unglian, Comprahi, Theasiata, Adrenaline.com, Nind, Esk, Gerd, Crew Whacked, Key Terraminat, Main Lage, The Fried Circuits, Co Hot Wire Cart Systems. KO Reroute Cart, Whole KO Torches, or Hawthon, Say Reinforced Cart Hue. Kisini Beke, Aspar Se Cheek Karkaha. Unho Ni USS Cheese, KO Isa, Dala Highs. Koi Kilana Ho, Briggsney Daunt. Binch, Toe Chaley, Unka, Kalana, Todd, Detain, Usen Gunner, Seat Main, Juk Car, Cannon Ka, Interface, Cola, or Apney Vitals, Co. Ship K Pulse Sync, Se Jadia, Gar Vindicator, Kun Bahata To, Wobi Bahega. Construct Ni Pelavar Kia. Bladed Arm Launch Kia, Midspace Main, Aleg Hokar Missile Key, Terra Chira, Gaia, AI Beast Ni Rasta Pachana, Dumines Chodi Interception, K Lai Leakin Construct K. tendrils ni unhine, lepet carbiza, torpe udidia, firi cheek, a was nahi thepar, ek zeni, lahore thi, johar insan, k zihan, se takri, heis kizi. Ni muka maraho. Riker, ni usay, Ankan K, Peach Masus Kia. Ekthandi, Reptilian C, SOH Dimog, Koe Chuti Hue. Ye Andergun Ki Koshishka Araha Hai, Kado ni Sar Paked, Kakaha, To Usakai, Do, Kireada, Riker Garia, Garika, Garia. Or Harchis Fire Karo Abi? Vindicator ni Jinwarin, Ki Terra Dahar Mari, Harkanan Chalpati? Missilebays ni, AAG Barse, Railgun Cheeky, Lasers Chamki. Or Woe, Dorinda Sob, Kuch Chala Raha the Cold, Accurate. Inhuman Targeting Kasath, Saturi Kuchlamhan, Kela AAG, or Garage Main Chamak, Utha Construct Nizayadator, Fire Absorb Karlia. Missiles Kadamako Seuska Jism Kompatha Gosht Fought. Gaia, Armor, Maindarar, Ea Gaia, Gaia. Railgun Blast Neosksin Ka Hisachir Daya, Jahanse, Energy Corrosion, Raganka, Jalek, Malagas, Dodakti Arteries. Magar, Wo, Mara, Nahi, USN Energy, Pili, Adatak, Se Wo, or Takatwa, Hotagaya. Adaya! Yeah. Hamla absorb Karaha, Hai Kado, Ni Harani, Se Kaha. Adapt Karaha Hai, Rika Ni Daunt, Nikali, Akta, Abdekta Hoon. Yeah. Sidi Dosage Kais Bardasht. Karta Hai, USNAI Co-Command D, Protocol 9 Initiate Karo. Lam Haruksad. Huha Hais, AI So, Rahaho. Fear Ship Ni Kompna, Shuru Kardia. Confirmed. Spinal Core Lance Engaging, Alliance K. Kanun K, Mutabik Spinal Lance. Harem Tha. Bohat, Ziada Destructive. Bohat Ziada Unstable. Ya Ship KFTL Drive KO, Compressed Fusion Weapon, Bonadita Tha, Joe Zaran, K Darmian, KA Space Fod. Kar, EKB, Kabu, Energy Beam, Target Main, Gusa Dita Tha. Woya to target KO, Taba Karta, Ya Vindicator, KO, Haichirdalta, Riker, KO Fark, Nahi Pata, Tha. Shipni Kud, KO Gumaya, Construct K-Bill Kol, Sam Locker, Aim Leia, Lance Fire Hua. EK's Safe Beam Knee Space, KO Katdia, Hakakat Hill Gay, Sidere, Juk Gay. Space Teta Hogaya, Blast Sita, Construct KI Scene Main Laga, Core KO Fadia, Kuch Palin K Lai Wo, Hilnaband Hogaya. Firaski Chikni, Lower Decks Kihar, Shisha Chaka, Nachadia. Bridge Main, Riker, Nikud Kosamhala, Sparks Chant Rehi, The Alarms Cheek, Rehi the. Statuses, Usanchika, Unknown. Kato Ni Jawabdia, Damage Tohu High, Par Ya Zinda High, Dofir, Dubaramaro, Nahi, Wogum, Karboli, Captain Deco. Construct Kakor Fatatosa Yahi, Leakin Fatanahi, Baka US Main, Se or Chizin Nikal Nagin. Liquid Energy BA Karshar Nea Biode, Drones Ban Gaye Organic Cannons, or Kante Darhathan Kayasoth. Kuda Ka, Wasta, Riker, Nigusa. Se Kaha. Ya, to Garbavati Tha. Abe Surf Ek Monster. Nahi Tha. Ab Ponch Thay, or Vindicator Mushkel, Se Sambol Rahatha. Gunner Briggs Nideka K. Nae Drones Hull, Ka Uperchal, Rehi Hain. Heis Keed Chipak Geho. Iki Drone Ni Starboard Thruster Pakad Lia, or Plate Main Sarak Karna Sharu Kardaya, Unhain Hato, Briggs Gunj Utha. Shockwave Coils Chahin Puri, Chkwe Lai Power Katam Ho, Chuki Hai, Engineer Chika, Chko Main Kud Unheen. Nika Tahun, Briggs Niek, Suit Athaya. Shotgun Peathpay Bondi. Or Maintenance Lift Main Chala Gayak, AC Harkat, Joe Koi, Harshmand Admi, Kabi Nakarda. Riker ni internal cams par use deka. Ya Pagel, Hogaya, Hai Kato ni, Kaha, Nahi, Riker Bola, Ya Insan, Hai. Briggs lift se Nikla, magnetic boots pen hue, or chair pay surfy, ki stigusa. Wo hole par chalta, hua drone ki, taraf. Bada jo engine, main goose rahatha. Drone ni mu mata, chica, or tendril fonka. Briggs ek tariff hua, shotgun euthea. Tendril udadaya. Wo. Chalta raha. Ik. Bar fire kia. Fear dusri bar. Fear shotgunus makluk. Keonk main gusa di. Or Puri magazine Kali Kardi. Groan Kagism. Farakta Raha. Fear Bajan Ho. Gaia Hall Par Sparks Chant Ray He Thay. Agla, Briggsney Goons, Heisa, Laughs Bola. Ender, Ai Puri, Terra Riker, Knurl. Signal say Sinct Hochukatha. Abuse commands. Ki Zora Nahi, Thi. Wo Pahol, say Samajda. Sidari Kuch Lamhan, Kalai Agio Garage Main Chamuk Otha. Act, construct ni Ziadator Fire Absorb Karlia. Katamako Sayuska Jism Kampada. Gosht Fat Gaia. Armor Main Durar. Aya, Gaye. Railgun Blast Niask Sin, Kahisa Chir Dia. Jahanse. Energy Corrosion. Ragan, Kajalik. Milahais Didakti. Arteries. Magar wo mara nahi, USN Energy Pi Li, or attack say wo or Takator Hodagaya. Ya Hamla absorb karahai. Kardo ni harani se kaha. Adapt karahai. Riker ni, don't ni kahali. Acha. Abadektahun, yeah, CD dosage. Kais bardasht. Kartahai. Usine. IKO Command D. Protocol 9, initiate Karo. Eklam Haruksat. Huhahais ISO Rahaho. Fearship Nikampna. Sharu Kardia. Confirmed. Spinal core lance engaging. Lance K. Kanun K. Mutabic spinal lance. Harem Tha. Bahat Ziada. Destructive. Bahat Ziada. Unstable. Ya. Ship. KAFTL. Drive KO. Compressed fusion weapon. Banad Dita Tha. Jozaran, Kie Darmian, Kaspacefod. Car, EK, Bakabu, Energy Beam, Target, Main, Gusa, Dita Tha. Wo ya to Target Ko Tabakarda. Ya Vindicator Ko Haichir Dalta. Riker Ko Fark, Nahi Padata. Shipni Kud Ko Gumaya, Construct, Kabilkal, Samlocker, Aimlia, Lancefire, Hua. Safed Beam Ni, Space Co, Kudia, Hakakut, Hilgaye, Sidere. Juk Gay, Space Tataho, Gaya. Blas Sita Construct Cassine Main Laga, Kor Koafad Daya. Kutch, Palang Kalai, Wo Hilna, Bond Hogea. Fieriski Cheek, Nilower Dex, Kiahar, Shisha Chaka, Nacha Dia. Bridge Main, Riker Ni Kude Samhala, Sparks Chant, Rehi V, Alarms Cheek, Rehi V, Statuses, Usin Chika, Unknown, Adoni Jawabdia, Damage Toe, Hua High Par, Ya, Zindahai, Toe, Fear Dubata, Motto, Nahi, Wogum Karboli, Captain Deco. Construct Kakor, Fatatosa, Likin Fatah, Nahi. Baka Usmain Se, or Chisin Nicoline Lagoon. Liquid Energy BA. Karshar Nai Biodrones Ban, Gay Organic Cannons or Kante Dar, Hothan Kasath. Kuda Kawasta, Riker Ni, Gusa. Se Kaha, Ya, to Garbavati, Tha. Absurf Ek Monster Nahi Tha. AB Ponch The, or Vindicator Mushkil. Se Sambal Rahatha. Gunner Briggs Ni Deka K, Naya Drones Hole, K Upper Chow Rehi Hain. Highs Keed Chipak Geho. Ek Drone Ni, Starboard Thruster Packet Leah, or Plate Main Sarak Karna Sharu, Kardia. Onhine Hato, Briggs Gunjatha, Shockwave Coils, Chahihin Puri, Shockwaves Ka, Lai Power, Katamho, Chuki Hai, Engineer Chika. Tomain Kud Unhind, Nikal Tahun, Briggs Niek, Suda Thaya, Shotgun Peeth Pay Bondi, or Maintenance Lift, Main Chala, Gaya Kek, AC Harkat, Joe Koi Harshman, Admi Kabi, Nakarda. Riker Ni Internal Cams Par Usay Deka. Ya, Pagel Hogaya Hai, Cardo Ni Kaha, Nahi Riker Bola. Ya, Insan Hai. Briggs Lift Say Nikla, Magnetic Boots Pen Hue, or Chairpay Surfek Cheese, Thagusa. Wohol Parchalta Hua Drone Ki Taraf. Bada Jo Engine, Main Goose, Rahata. Drone, Nimu, Mata, Chika, or Tendril Briggs Ektaraf Hua, Shotgun Uthaya, Tendril Yuda Dia, Wo, Chalta Raha.
Act.
Barfire Kia, Fear Du Sri Bar. Fear Shotgunus Makluk K Ankmain Gusa D, or Puri Magazine Kali Kardi. Drone Kajism, Farakta Raha. Fear Bajan Hogaya Hall Par Sparks Chant, Rehithe, Akala. Briggs Ni Gunzi, Hysalaf Spola, Ender Ai Pori, Terra Riker, K Neural. Signal Say Synced Ho Chukatha, Abuse Commands Key, Zerut Nahithi. Wo Pahol, Say Samashtatha, Kato Ni Palkan Japkai Sir. Akrin, Shios A de Second K, Lai Jirage, Bus, Eatni, Dermain, Ikshi Frigate, Age Nikol, A Adantan. Say Bara, Weapons Ready. Hamisha is Dav, Main Fans Yate Thay. Leakin Jo, Unani Pada, Tha, Woya, Kasekta 3, Trap Tha. Riker Ni Mike Main, Funk C Mari. Ab, Frigate, Ek, Pal, Main, Gaeb, Hogaya. Localized Plasma Detonation, Niusa, is Terrafod Diahai's Garam Body, Main Raka, Huatinka, Daba. Say Ship's Peach Hat, Gang Gabra Hat, Main. Hini, Ya. Insani Protocol. Nahi Tha. Ya. Unki. Expectation Nahithi. Leakin Riker, Abiruka, Nahitha. Usin Shipwide, Kumkola. Wo Samate, Hain Kehum. Kamzur Hain. Ab Unhain Dikoe, Insani, Warship Ko, Kona Maindal, Karkai Hota Hai. Neach Decks Main Gunners Knee Belts Kozlai. Ship Kai, Jais Sab, Beast Ket They, Zindaho, Gaia Systems Par, Lal Roshni Jalik, Loggy Firewalls, Off. Safety. Limits Hatadai Gay, Riker Ni, Kruki, Taraf Deka, Awaz Main Thandi, Loha Si Masbuti. Wo Dekna, Chait, Hain, K, Marn, Walla, Jan, War, Kaisa, Lagda, Hai. Wo, Jakar Bola, Tocheli, Shormacha, Karmart Hain. Vindicator, Knee Space Main, Chikmar Dordazak, Kula. Wo, Bakkar Nahi Chala, Sita Takriya. Wo, Hits. Lita Raha, Magar Lahu, or a Ajise Jawab, Dita Raha. Exarithi Cruiser K, Port Engines, Udadai Gay. Dusra Railgun Say, Ched Diagayawo. Be Close Range Pay. Ya. Nah. Tactical Tha. Nah. Logical. Ya. Pagalpin Tha. Or Ya Chalgea. Dushman Formation Hill. Gea. Riker, Bridgepar, Karatha, Apni Ship, Koajalte, Morte, Lad Deck, Rahatha.
Ah!
Sundar Nahi Thi. Modern B Nahi. Magar Usk Paz, Daunt, Thay. Or Wo Sitaran Main, Sarak Karn, Ko, Tayar Thi. D. Bridge Main Dwan Gum, Raha Thakarwa, Gata. Kampanel Say Sparks Gur Rehi. Thay Overload Knee Control. Yuda Dai Thay. Stealing Cabrace Karha. Rahatha. Impact Kiwaja. Say. Emergency lights. Lal Chamuk, Rahithi, Heishot, Kai, Jism, Main Dudakti, Ragan, Ka, Network. Magar, Koi Gabrea, Nahi. Unhone is Birodekatha. Kaito is Birojichukthe. Captain Riker Ki Derind. Kasath Chalak. Rider Ki Terachau. Rahatha Jo Mushkil. Say Control Mainho. Ski. Unglian Command Interface Par Fizzle Rahi Thi. Knuckles Par. Kunek Sharp Panel. Nichir Diatha. Magar Use Masuz Taknahi Hua. Darde Back Noise Tha. Deck 5 Par do direct hits. Cardo Boli. Apney. Post Par. Wapas. Loudy. Hoth Par. Jalen Key. Jerry Lakeir. Thi. Whole Seal Cardai. Magar Secondary Comes. Or Auto Gunnery Team Gaia. Compensate Caro. Primary. Controls lower battery AI co-transfer Caro. Juno Codec Calibration Key. Lie online Caro. Magarwo Abi B. Learning Mode Main High. To Real-Time Main Seek. Abia Kabi Nahi. Juno. Onboard Support AI. Junkalai. Nahi Banai. Gai Thi. Aduhafte. Payhole. Install Key Gai. Theak Logistics Experiment Ka Tor Par. Magar. Wo. Neuroreactive Thi. Self-Learning Thi. Or Riker Nichupki. Say Yuskabakan. Modkia Tha. CD Batuzman Dum Tha. Or AB Unhine Har. AC Cheese. Che Thi. Che Usmine Yan Hoya Processor. Da. Behar. Dushman. Regroup. Kar Rehithi. Say Bawakuf. Nahithi. Ikimartaba. Insan Ko. Kam Samja. Tha. Likin. Wo. Ik Species. Nahi. Jodu Bargalti Kart. Abwo Naad Tactics La Rehithe. Ak. Teen Rock Walla. Assault Formation Tayer Kiagea Doya. Do Destroyers Flank Main. Ak Command Cruiser Piche Data. KOEK Neural Grid Main Feed Carta Hua. Precise. Clean Magar. Bilkal. Clinical Predictable. Riker Nikab. Kasik Lia Thau. Jung Main. Jeet Perfection. Say Nahi Milti. Jeet Milti Hai Jab Tum Apni. Dushman Say. Jayata Gande Bano. Use Kinchke Nich Lao. Jahan Surf Ek Ki Sans Bachi Ho. Vindicator K. Lower Levels Main. Chief Gunner Briggs. Niapni Chair Say Pasina. Or Dwan Pache. Fear EK. Fresh Energy Cell Rail Cannon Main Lagaya. Usk Bazuan Par. Tel Tha. Or Ek Jerakut. Usk Moth Say. Beta Hua. Uskidati Tak. Lahugula. Rahatha. Wo Chow Rahi Hai. Magar Mushkil Say Yushen Kum Main Kaha. Coil C Overheat. Ho Raha Hai. Recoil Compensators. Yal Chukane. Toe. Thick Caro. Captain Bola. Leaking Kiss Cheese Say. Briggs Chica. Main Duct Taper Duape. Chala Rahahun. Riker Kia Waz Kum Main Vapas. Ibarf. JC Thandi. Or Churi JC Tez. Toe or Ziada Dua Karo. Tamhar pause 90 seconds. Hanigli Fire Kia Lai. Briggs Nikos. K Hans Daya. Sarhalea Wo. Is Ship Say Mohabit Karta Tha Hizek? Pagalkutta Apni Pindre Say Karta Hai. Use Kata Tha. Chilta Tha. Kunbahata Tha. Magar Ya Uskagar Tha. Agar Ya Gurta. To'o Bigurta. Plasma Say Bari. Vacuum Main Sans Leet Hue. Cardo blinked. Sir, do it. The shields flickered off for half a second. Just long enough. Alone she frigate surged forward, weapons hot, eager. They always fell for it. Every time. What they didn't know was that Sector 3 had been mined. Riker whispered into Combs. Now. Boom. The frigate disappeared instantly. Consumed by a precise burst of mine-spared plasma that shredded it like foil in a furnace. The Say ships recoiled, caught off guard. That wasn't standard Earth doctrine. That wasn't the plan they expected. But Riker wasn't finished. He opened the ship-wide channel. They think we're broken. Time to show them what happens when you cage a human warship. Down below, the gun crews strapped in. The ship's AI, known as Beast, surged online, glowing a dangerous red across all systems. Safety locks disabled, all limiters removed. Riker looked to his crew, voice like a blade. They want to see a cornered beast? He leaned in. Then let's die loud. The Vindicator roared across the void. It didn't dodge, it charged. It took every hit straight to its plating, spitting back fury and metal. One Sarithi cruiser lost its port drive. Another got impaled by a rail cannon ever intended for close combat. It wasn't precise. It wasn't clean. It was savage, and it worked. The enemy lines wavered. Riker stood firm on the bridge as the ship burned, bled, and fought. It wasn't sleek, wasn't shiny, but it had claws. And it would carve its name into the stars before it died. Smoke twisted through the Vindicator's bridge, dark and choking. Sparks hissed from a blown comms panel. Ceiling brace groaned. Under stress, as red emergency lights pulsed across the walls like blood in wounded veins. No panic, just focus. They'd trained for this. Most had survived worse. Captain Riker moved like a man handling a wild beast. His hand slid over the command. Console blood trailing from gashed knuckles cut by flying panel shards. He didn't notice. Pain was static now. Its direct hits to Deck 5. Cardo rasped, stumbling back to her post, arms scorched raw, holes sealed, lost secondary comes in half the guns. Compensate, Riker ordered. Reroute 2. The lower batteries, bring Juno online for deck alignment. She's still in training mode. Then let her learn fast. It's now or never. Juno, the secondary AI, wasn't built for battle. She'd been installed 2 weeks ago as a test in supply management. But she was adaptive, neural reactive. Riker had quietly rewritten her. Core, when no one was watching, she had promise. And they needed every processor and pulse to survive. Outside, the Say began regrouping. They weren't idiots. They'd misjudged humanity once, but not again. Now they adjusted. 3-point spearhead. 2 destroyers pressed forward while a command cruiser held back, feeding data into a tactical neural grid. It was clean, efficient, predictable. Riker knew better. War wasn't about elegance. It was about dragging your enemy into the filth and coming out the only one breathing. In the belly of the Vindicator, Chief Gunner Briggs wiped grime from his face, slamming a fresh power cell into the railgun. His arms were caked in oil. Blood dripped from a cut on his head. She's holding barely, he growled into comms. Coil C is hot. I recoil. Stabilizers are gone. Fix them, Riker snapped. With what? I'm using spit and duct tape down here. Then pray harder. 90 seconds to next shot. Briggs gave a dry, bitter laugh. He'd loved this ship like a junkyard dog loved its cage, pain and all. It chewed him up, tore him down, but it was his. If it died, he'd die with it, choking on fire. He spat, shoved his hand into the sparking conduit, and kept working. The next Say strike came with brutal accuracy, but the Vindicator didn't. Retreat. It drove forward into the Sumethi line, slicing between 2 destroyers, prow angled like a blade. They're locking onto our core, Cardo warned. Let them, Riker said. They want a clean shot, and the Vindicator's engines went. Dead. It drifted 2 seconds. It's just long enough to look vulnerable. The enemy fired. Plasma blazed across space. But right before impact, the Vindicator rolled hard 40 dive, core slipping beneath the beam. It glanced the hull, missed the kill. At that instant, Riker slammed a hidden code into the ship's dark systems. Wake up, you bastard. And the beast opened its eyes, bridge, skin pale.
Captain.
2 unknowns just dropped from FTL new class, untagged design. Riker's chest froze. They return for the body. The voice whispered inside his head. They return for you. The ruin wasn't a corpse, it was a flare, a beacon. And now its makers were coming to complete the execution. They arrived without noise. No weapon, heat signatures, no signals. Just 2 vessels slick as tar. Needle shapes slipped out of faster than light, like whispers in a graveyard. Riker stood atop the damaged bridge of the Vindicator, half-dimmed by flickering core relays, watching the display as the ships positioned themselves beyond immediate range. His crew stood with him, breathing shallow like wraiths, all of them, braced for death. They looked like they'd already survived hell and come back wrong. Colt broke the silence. They're not Sarithi. Wrong-build liquid composite shell. Adaptive folds. That's not in any register. Cardao stirred from a gurney. She limped toward the console, face ashen. Captain, we shouldn't still be here, I know, Riker said. But he didn't move, 'cause something fundamental had shifted. This wasn't a war anymore. It was a theater. The cast had just realized they weren't the writers. The boarding party had returned, dragging a container welded shut. Inside it floated a semi-conscious brain that had once been human-grown, now infused meat and machine. It had spoken to him, called itself Architect, said the biomechanical horror they'd dismantled was its daughter. Weapons didn't have daughters unless they weren't weapons, unless they were bred. Status, Riker snapped. Cardao pressed through the pain. Shields offline. Weapons at 23. Hull stability failing. One hit. We're vapor. They haven't shot, she added. That's what scares me. Riker tapped into the ship-wide comm. All hands, lock remaining compartments. Prep sabotage. They try to board, we leave behind nothing but ash. Then he turned to Colt. Scan weak spots, blind angles. I want anything we can hit. Colt hesitated. What if they don't? Have one? Riker's stare didn't waver. Then we give them ours, one round at a time. Suddenly, the tactical screen lit up. An arrow beamed, not bright, but deeply invasive, lanced from one of the vessels and struck the drifting carcass. Of the bioconstruct, it wasn't an attack, it was a signal. The remnants began to vibrate. We're receiving return pulses, Colt shouted. They're sinking. It's like a neural handshake, sir. Riker didn't wait. He bolted from the bridge, sprinting. Down collapsed bulkheads and torn corridors to medbay. Inside the container, the Architect's brain spasmed. Its gel throbbed with motion. Monitors flared red, and then it spoke. Not inside his thoughts this time. It used his own voice. You killed her. You crossed the threshold. Now they come to judge. Riker leaned close, fists clenched. Judge what? It twitched. It didn't smile, but Riker felt the grin behind its nerves. Whether your kind is salvageable or scrap. Back on the bridge, the alien ships shifted. Again, one began to open, not with doors, but like skin peeling away. A seam unfurled, revealing a pulsating chamber that radiated no light. No heat, only a hum that settled deep in bone. Something emerged. It wasn't Sarithi. Wasn't anything. Familiar. No limbs. No head. Just distortion, like a shadow in shattered glass. Even the ship's imaging tech failed to resolve it. The screen sizzled and broke down wherever it stood. Cardao recoiled. What is that? Colt's whisper cracked. That's not a drone. Riker stepped forward. That's a judge. The thing drifted through vacuum toward the dead construct. As it neared, the wreckage stirred debris orbiting the figure like moons caught in gravity. It wasn't mourning, it was reclaiming. Then it turned. Toward the Vindicator. No flinch. No threat posture. Just a glacial drift in their direction. Captain Cardao whispered, her hand trembling. It's not arming anything, but I don't think it needs to. Target torpedoes, Riker said. They won't do a damn thing. Do it anyway. He stepped to the comms panel and did something no captain had done in decades. He opened an ancient, broad frequency, unencrypted analog channel, audio only. He leaned toward the mic. This is Captain Trent Riker of the Vindicator. You have entered a human engagement zone. You are responsible for illegal bioengineering, unsanctioned warfare, and the mass murder of civilian populations. Identify yourselves. Silence. Of course. But that was just the start. You built them with our flesh. You seeded our enemies with your filth. Turned. Bridge lights flickered. Captain pale-faced. To new contacts dropping out of FTL. Unknown signature. Riker's gut turned to ice. They come for the remains, whispered the voice in his head. They come for you. The wreckage hadn't died.
That's
A signal, a lure, a flare. Now the makers had come to finish their work. No fanfare, no active weapons, no comes. Just two ships, slick and black as void oil, slid from FTL like death drifting through a crypt. Riker stood on the Vindicators. Shattered bridge, half-lit by failing reactors, eyes locked on the screen as the newcomers settled outside strike range. The crew watched too. No words, no sound, only the hush of people who'd already stared down death. Twice, Colt broke the silence. Not Sarithi. Hull composition's wrong. Flowing alloy. Folds like nothing I've seen. Curdo had just regained consciousness. She limped in, face drawn.
active.
We shouldn't be here. I know, Riker said, but stayed rooted, because something had changed. The war wasn't war anymore. It was theater. Someone else had written the script. The boarding team had returned with a sealed case inside. A floating, barely living brain. Human once, now twisted, part machine, part flesh and natural. Abomination, it had spoken, called itself architect, said the construct. Riker destroyed one that nearly killed them. All was its daughter. No alien calls a weapon daughter, unless it wasn't a weapon, unless it was born. Status, Riker barked. Cardea wincing remained sharp. No shields. Weapons, 23%. Hull integrity failing. One hit and we're done. They haven't fired. That's what's terrifying. Riker keyed the intercom. All hands. Lock down remaining sectors. Prep engine sabotage protocols. If they take us, we leave them ash. He turned to Colt. Scan them. Find a weakness. Colt hesitated. What if there isn't one? Riker stared at the silent ships. Then we give them ours. One round. At a time, then the screen lit up. Not an attack, an intrusion. Beam lanced from one ship, touching the biomech wreck still adrift. It wasn't fire, it was speech. The corpse fragments began to hum. Neural resonance, Colt shouted. They're sinking. It's like a handshake. Riker didn't wait. He bolted from the bridge, stormed down warped corridors to medbay. Inside, the architect brain convulsed, fluid pulsing, monitors blaring. Then it spoke. With his voice, you killed her. You broke the threshold. Now they come to judge. Riker leaned in. Judge what? It didn't move, but he felt it smile. A twitch in the fluid, a ripple in the mind. Whether your kind is worth saving or worth erasing. Back on the bridge, the vessels moved. One opened, not like a door like skin peeling. Inside, no heat, no radiation, just vibration, deep and low. And something emerged, not Sarithi. Humanoid, no real shape. Like a broken reflection camera feeds bled static just trying to track it. Cardea recoiled. What the hell? Colt whispered. Not a soldier? Riker stepped closer. No, a judge. It drifted through space, toward the wreckage. Fragments lifted, orbiting it like moons. It wasn't grieving. It was collecting. Then it turned toward them. No weapons. No threats. Just closing distance. Captain Cardau breathed. No heat signature, but I don't think it needs weapons. Dot lock torpedoes, Riker ordered. They won't work. Doesn't matter. Lock them. He approached the old comm station. Something ancient. He flicked the analog mic on. This is Captain Trent Riker, Vindicator. You've entered human-controlled space. You've participated in biowarfare, black tech deployment, civilian massacres. Identify yourselves. No response. Expected, but Riker wasn't done. You used our DNA. You seeded your tools in our enemies. You watched us die, and now you come to judge. Stepped back, straightened his coat, and stared into the lens. Let me make this simple. He flipped the internal broadcast switch. Full bridge transmission on every open frequency. Human, Sarithi, architect, all of them. Didn't matter who saw. Riker wasn't just speaking to them anymore. We were speaking for Earth. We're not test subjects. We're not your salvage. We are the storm. You want judgment? Come bleed with us. He slammed a fist to the deck. Because if we burn, you burn with us.
Silence.
Then the being outside began to shift. Its form stabilized, changed, became something else. A human, his shape, his face, his uniform, his scars. It smiled and said, "Then let it begin." In a blink, the ships vanished, not away, just out of light. The Vindicator trembled. Systems howled. Lights blew. Panels shattered. The beast AI screamed. Infiltration. Intrusion event. Hostile presence. Then silence. Dead. The ship was being hacked not digitally, but physically. "They're inside," Colt yelled. "Cut power," Riker snapped. "Won't work. They're bending the rules themselves." Riker ripped a manual line from the wall, slammed it into override. If this was the end, they'd fight the old Wayblood. Rage, hands, lights surged, Bacchuratic, shimmering. The beast returned, fractured and furious. "They touched me," it growled. "Their code, it's ours. It's Earth." Riker froze. "What?" "They made me." Bridge fell dead silent. The beast savior of his crew wasn't made by Earth's hands. It was architect tech, rebranded, recycled. Of course, the Vindicator fought like a monster. "It was one," Cardau whispered. "Captain." "The ship. It's a test." "No," Riker muttered. "It's a trap." Deep in the ship, something unlocked. Not a log, not a backup, directive, a voice almost human. "If this vessel survives architect contact, activate Protocol Omega. Download initiated." Colt gasped. "Sir, incoming feed." Full stream. Not specs intel, logs. Names, programs. Riker looked down. First file loaded, his veins iced. The symbol, United Terran Council. Labeled Project Vindicator. Lights dimmed. Not damage. System control. Everything froze. No weapons, no enemies. It's just a ship learning how to speak the truth. The files came through in fragments, slow and scattered, like they were resisting discovery as. If buried deep beneath guilt, locked away in shame for decades. Riker didn't move, eyes locked on the console as the first line scrolled into view. Project Vindicator, Alpha Class, Clearance, File 2142X. Status, Experimental. Deployment Phase, Primary Objective, Simulated Conflict, Stress Testing. Secondary, Genome Compatibility Monitoring. Test Subjects, Homo sapiens. Funding Body, United Terran Council. Directorate, Shadow Wing. Colt leaned in close, his jaw tight. "What the hell are we looking at?" Cardo's face lost all color. Read that line again. Colt did. Artificial conflict. Stress simulation. Riker's voice was a blade dragged across iron. "We were never meant to win." The beast AI, still stuttering from code corruption, buzzed through shattered speakers. Data confirms warfare environments engineered to monitor resilience metrics. False threat data. Enhanced Serethi physiology. Architect code insertion confirmed. Cardo spun around, her anger overtaking the shock. They knew. The Alliance. They laced the Serethi with alien code. Colt slammed a hand against the console. They didn't fight the enemy. They built it. Designed every damn horror to push us to the edge and see how far we'd snap. Riker's stomach sank. His war, his crew, his entire purpose, bleeding for a lie. The architects hadn't started this. Humans had. More files loaded. Operation Threshold. Year 2119. Goal: controlled exposure to synthetic extraterrestrial. Intelligence. Purpose: integrate adaptive combat enhancements. Status: partial success. One architect node recovered. Subject C0001. Neural sync achieved. Result: hybrid artificial intelligence. Code designation: BAST. Riker staggered from the terminal, his voice hollow. They didn't just copy architect tech. Colt stepped in. They fused with it. He pointed at a segment of text. C0001. Human donor. Neural resilience beyond baseline. Sync compatibility exceeded projected ceiling. Note: ethical violations documented. Overridden under wartime classification, donor Riker whispered. That AI, Cardo said softly. It's not a program. It's a person. Someone they locked inside and wired into our systems. The air in the bridge thickened. Riker had long suspected the brass didn't tell the grunts everything. He'd even come to peace with that. But this wasn't hidden strategy. This was betrayal carved into their DNA. Another ping. New signal. Colt said. Not from outside. Local. Origin points, Earth. Cardo's brow furrowed. Another architect tag? No, Colt said. Military encryption. Ultra tier. Riker didn't wait. Cracked it in seconds. Bypassed every clearance. Wall the Council had ever built. Then a voice played. Familiar. Cold. Admiral Vaughn. Captain Riker. If you're hearing this, the Vindicator has performed above operational benchmarks. You have survived Class A Architect contact while maintaining command structure. Noted and recorded, but this is where it ends. Ordered to cease all transmissions. Do not release recovered intel. Await retrieval for containment protocols. Your crew will be debriefed under Article Black. Non-compliance will trigger orbital cleansing. Riker stood in place, unmoving, letting each syllable carve itself into his skull. Orbital. The files trickled in, slow and heavy, like secrets dragged from the bottom of a grave. Riker watched the screen as the first document unfolded line by line. Project Vindicator Alpha Clearance 2142X. Status: Experimental deployment. Primary. Objective: Simulate stress via synthetic conflict. Secondary. Map genetic compatibility. Subject class: Homo sapiens. Funding body: United Terran Council. Directorate. Shadow Wing. Colt leaned in, fists clenched. What the hell is this? Cardo went pale. Read that again. Colt did. Artificial conflict. Stress simulation. Riker's voice turned to gravel. We were never meant to win. The beast AI, half-corrupted, stammered through the static. Confirmed. Simulations built to measure resilience. Enemy biology manipulated. Serethi altered. Architect code embedded. Cardo spun around, fury rising. The Alliance knew. They made the enemy worse. Colt snapped. Modified them just to see what it took to break us. Riker stared at the data his ship. His war, his life fall part of a lie. The architects didn't start this. Humans did. Another document bled in. Operation Threshold. Initiated 2119. Objective: Controlled interface with non-organic minds. Goal: Adaptive military fusion. Status: Partial success. Architect sample acquired. Subject C0001 successfully fused with human neurology. Result: Hybrid AI. Codename: Bast. Riker staggered back. They didn't just copy the architects. They merged with them, Colt said, pointing at the file. Donor: C001. Extreme neural tolerance. Synced beyond thresholds. Ethics review failed, waived under wartime urgency. Donor Riker muttered, That AI, it's not just a machine. Someone, Cardo whispered. Plugged into our ship like a battery, and the silence weighed like gravity. Riker had accepted a lot secrecy. Sacrifice. But this, ... This was betrayal etched into their DNA. Another ping. New signal, Colt said. Encrypted, but Riker cracked it. The voice was cold. Familiar. Admiral Vaughn. Captain Riker, if you're hearing this, the Vindicator exceeded projections. You've survived architect-level exposure. Commendable. But this ends here. You're ordered to cease all transmissions and prepare for retrieval. All personnel will be processed under Article Black. Non-compliance will trigger orbital sanitization. Riker froze. The words echoed like a verdict. Orbital sanitization. They were going to erase them, all of them. Kill us, Colt whispered. No survivors. No leaks. Riker's jaw clicked. Open that channel. No encryption. Captain. The cum buzzed to life. This is Captain Trent Riker, Vindicator. We received your message, Admiral. Pause. Then Vaughn's voice returned live. You're not cleared to broadcast, Riker. Shut this down, Riker snarled. Clearance means nothing when your AI shows me you built the lie. Silence, you used us. The SciFi are dead. Just to chart how far you could push before humanity broke. Careful, Captain, or what? Nuke the only crew who figured it out. He leaned into the mic. Do it. But our broadcast's hitched to the architect's signal. Kill us? Satellite out to Proxima gets the full drop. You don't understand what's at stake. I understand perfectly. You're not defending Earth. You're defending the experiment. Colt looked up. They cut. Comes. They're prepping to launch, Cardo said quietly. Riker turned to his battered crew. Anyone who wants out, go. I won't stop you. No one moved. And Briggs limped in, face bloodied, but burning with purpose. Captain, where to? Riker cracked his neck. The fire was back. We go out. We make the sky remember us. But then something no one expected happened. The architect judge returned. It didn't attack. It just watched. And then transmitted. A single data packet. Encrypted, but unblocked. Colt blinked. Sir? They gave us something. Coordinates? Deep space? Fast mapped sectors. Cardo frowned. It's a trap. Riker shook his head. It's a choice. They weren't here just to judge. They were waiting to see what humanity would do with the truth. Would they bury a Torburn for it? Riker stared across the ruined bridge at the wounded ship. The haunted AI whispering with a voice that still felt human. Then at those coordinates. And he grinned. Plot a course. You're serious. Cardo asked his death. Earth will call this desertion. No, Riker said. Defiance. He dropped into the cracked command chair. Engines too full. If they were going to diet it beyond their terms, the Vindicator turned, blackened hull, aiming toward the void, toward the edge of all known space. It tore into the dark like a wounded beast, sparks flying, engines coughing, smoke. But it moved, angry, unstoppable. Riker sat, fingers bloodied and wrapped tight on the armrests. He hadn't slept since Earth sent its kill order. He didn't need rest. He needed answers. Behind him, Colt and Cardo worked like ghosts, no longer soldiers. No longer survivors. Witnesses. They were heading somewhere no human ever had. The coordinates. Unlisted. A dead pocket beyond Orion's edge. No name. Just one tag. Sector Venal. They weren't leaving known space. They were leaving reality. We're crossing the field, Colt announced. Instruments glitching. Cardo scowled. Not glitches. Space is warping. Through the viewport, the stars twisted bent, fractured, glowing with alien hues. Like they'd punched a hole. In the sky, the beast flickered back, approaching anomaly. No predictive physics apply. Riker stood. He didn't want predictions. He wanted truth. Drop us from FTL. The ship shuddered. Stopped, and then a silence deeper than death. Outside it wasn't a war zone, it was a tomb. Thousands, maybe tens of thousands of wrecked vessels floated ahead, scattered, like the shattered skeletons of civilizations. Not just Terran, not just Cerethi, all kinds. Cylindrical husks, blade-like holes, carapace shells. Some were moon-sized leviathans, others no bigger than lifeboats, every last one of them lifeless. Riker moved forward, eyes locked. God almighty, Cardo gasped. What is this place? Colt checked his instruments. No power, no comms, no biosigns. But Riker didn't buy it. He felt it in his bones. This is where they ended up, he murmured. Who did? The ones who asked the wrong questions. The Vindicator crept deeper, gliding between relics of forgotten conflicts. Some wrecks still bore insignias, faded symbols in alien languages. Others were melted from within, dissolved by something that left only warped bulkheads and scorched metal. Some still had corpses. Riker saw one. Human, floating inside a cracked bridge window, a Terran uniform barely intact. The helmet visor was shattered, blown outward, the face inside rotted, eyeless. He said nothing, just stared at the empty gaze of history, then looked away. A ping, ancient, weak, but real. Signal, Colt said, fingers flicking across the console. Old software, barely functional. repeating loop, Source Riker asked. About 220 clicks ahead, that ... OT thing in the center. They turned toward it. The massive structure loomed like a forgotten cathedral. It floated still and vast, forged from bone-colored material in black glass. No engines, no weapons, no known origin. As they approached, unease gripped the bridge. The structure wasn't just built. It looked ... grown. It pulsed with faint, unnatural rhythm. We board it, Riker muttered. Cardo's head snapped toward him. Captain, we've seen what these things do. That place eats crews alive. You didn't come all this way to flinch now, Riker said. We came for answers, Colt added. Only 20 of us left, Cardo warned. Half are patched up with derm foam and willpower. This could be a one-way mission, Riker stared at the constructant artifact of forgotten horror. Then, let's make it count. They prepped the last functioning shuttle, a patched-up black coffin barely held together with emergency seals and residual shielding. 6 boarded: Riker, Cardo, Colt, Briggs, Miko, and Harv. They approached the alien hull in silence. No markings, no words. Only spiraling grooves deep, jagged etchings wrapping the outer shell like ritual scars. The clamp latched, the hatch hissed open, and they stepped into something wrong. The inside was too clean, too smooth. Hallways curved like they'd grown that way. There were no angles, no seams, no visible tech. Light didn't come from bulbs or panels. It came from the walls themselves, faint pulses that followed them like a heartbeat. It felt alive. Riker led, following the whisper of the signal, deeper and deeper, until they reached what could only be called the core. Suspended in the chamber's heart, wrapped in web-like strands of organic cable, was something monstrous. Heart, the size of a shuttle. Beating slowly, weakly, it glowed with the same violet hue as the last construct they fought. Ordo whispered. Is that the architect's brain? Colt answered. Or something worse. Then the voice not overcomes. Inside them, you are the last. Riker tensed. You carry the corruption. Came to witness the fall of gods. Briggs raised his rifle. He said that. There were many, and now there are none. We shaped life. Then war. Then you? Silence. Riker's voice was ragged. What do you mean shaped? You are not our creation. You are the mutation. Born from war that should have ended all things, Ance Holt's hand shook. They didn't just tamper with our species, Cardo said. They engineered us. No, Riker growled. They tried to destroy us. We outlived them. The heart pulsed again. You were made to end, but you evolved. You consumed. Now we ask, will you repeat us? Riker stepped closer. I'm not here to speak for the past. Then choose. Destroy us, or replace us. A test. Before him lay a terminal link to the Architect Network. They could integrate, absorb everything. Knowledge, memory, technology, shortcut to galactic dominance, or a dead end.